Hello everyone, this is Mark Flopsy Shepherd once again, and we are continuing our post-commentary of the Spiky rank on Lemmings Plus Omega II. So, we're on to Spiky 6 now, and this one, I think I solved it today actually. This was actually in the last 5 Spiky levels I solved, and the solution is not very obvious at all, so some would think that you have to go all the way around here, but that's not true at all. Oh, yeah, you do actually. Yeah, you do, but you do actually have to do a bit down here as well, which was the piece I was missing. Because if you just build up here and do use the other builder there, the builder doesn't reach high enough. So what I did was I built, and then I had someone dig under the builder. And I had to build far back enough that the digger would actually fit on the platform. And the next lemming's a blocker, because otherwise it's just going to walk off the side of the bridge anyway, and we can lose 2 lemmings anyway, so the blocker's one loss. And this platform is such that you can't mine through it, but you can dig through it and survive the drop. If you mine through it, you're 1 pixel too high. And we used the miner there to knock a couple of pixels off that, which is all we needed. I think you only have to knock about 2 pixels off and you're fine. And then we just sent the climber around to do the builder, and the basher would soon follow. So, you would think, why is this one of the last 5 levels in the rank? Because I wasn't thinking on my feet and thinking that you could dig and mine through this platform here, and that was the biggest roadblock in this level. And to be honest, if you can't see the block, the digger and the miner thing, then you're just looking at a level that just looks really impossible. See how the miner has to be done in the way it is, just to make sure that the builder can reach. But quite a pretty looking level despite that. You know, it wasn't. I'm still thinking this is one of the top 5 hardest levels in the rank. So anyway, now we're on to some easier ones, because to tell you the truth, I actually did Spiky 7 to 13 in one swoop. It actually took me an hour just to solve all 6 of these on the same day. I was having a good day on this. Although Spiky 7 did hold me back a bit, I was having a few problems with it. See, look, notice all on the same day, 5:15 until 5:50, so 6:03, so less than an hour even. And yeah, as I mentioned in the previous video, I've replaced the mine music. I've replaced them both with the Mystic Cave music, because it is actually relevant to minecarts. So what we did was we bashed here, and it's actually relevant at 2 lemmings slip by, and this crowd's mining down, and there's a blocker at the top here. This blocker has to be freed, so that's the tricky part of this level. So they're gonna platform at the edge here, and I think the other one is gonna glide. And it's important that you make the first lemming platform, and then because it needs to lay a step down for the glider to step onto, otherwise the glider will fall in the hole. And that can be quite a hard thing to work out if you're not really on your feet. So the glider's going to bash. These lemmings are going to survive the drop, and they're not really going to be any danger because they can't really walk back into the basher tunnel. This basher tunnel is about to complete now, so they will walk onto the platform bridge, which is now safe. So all that remains is getting the blocker freed, really, and bashing to the exit. So look, once these lemmings are wriggling through, the last couple of lemmings here mine out the blocker, and 2 lemmings wriggled by, but luckily we had 2 floaters, so it was all right. And the miner goes low enough that it survives the drop anyway, but I think it's only just. I think the other floater would have been for the miner, and it wasn't intended that 2 lemmings slip by. But I looked out, But it would have taken a little bit of adjustments if that was the case. Because I think we could have mined a bit further back. So all in all, that was a good level. That was. It's a bit daunting because it's big, and you got a 99 release rate. Quite a lot of levels in this rank have quite a high release rate, I noticed. So, on to Spiky 8, the workshop. This level was ingenious, and actually, I think I got the talisman as well. I actually saved 19. So, that was completely by accident. I've been quite happy to walk away with 18 saved there. I don't tend to go for the talismans on my fur. I usually come back to the talismans in Lemmings Plus packs. I think I've done Lemmings Plus 1 and Lemmings Plus 2 and Lemmings Plus 3 talismans, I believe. So what I do is I dig here to trap the lemmings down in this third little nook here. But the thing you've got to do is you've got to make sure the digger keeps going. That's pretty important. And I increase the release rate at this point because it's quite useful to have the lemmings all clumped up. And I have a second lemming climb out of this hole while all this is going on. So he gets there just in time. Because something I failed to mention is this lemmings level's got quite a tight time limit, 1 minute 40. We've got 2 minutes on this level, and we've already had 20 seconds. So that was just so they could walk, they could survive the trap. Because we haven't really got anything to go. We are going to sort out the trap eventually, but it's on the way back. So we bash. Oh no, we don't bash. We mine first. Yeah, this is the genius bit. You got to mine down and bash across, and then there's some bashing and then we bash and build at the end. And it can be pretty daunting. I think this is why the time limit was given, because otherwise you could get any lemming to do it. And notice how the lemmings just get there just as the builder completes. So I'm guessing the 18 save requirement is in case you had one lemming wriggle by, but the way I did it, I think probably would have negated that entirely because they're all clumped together anyway, so I would have lost a few, not just one. So Spiky 9, 3-point plan. This level's quite hard at first glance, but it's not too bad once you figure out how to do it. I solved it quite quickly, like I said. It's only 10, about 10 minutes on this one. So you got 2 trapdoors that have got an equal amount of work pretty much, and yeah, they're pretty much symmetrical. You've got both the same amount of work to do. So you get lemming to glide out and platform to make the drop safe. Actually, I think this one needs to platform and stack because we've got a disproportionate amount of skills, so we have to do different things on each side. Whereas I think this one is a platform and a builder. Yeah, it's a builder and a platform, okay. And notice how the stacker is just enough to stop the lemmings from splatting. Okay, so now we've made the trapdoors safe, we've got the second part to do now, which is climbing over and making the route. And you've got to make the lemmings work together on this one. So what we do is we dig on the other side of the pillar, because I think eventually we're going to bomb the lemmings out. And it's just enough such that they will go through. I think they do anyway. Yeah, they do. So when we get low enough, we platform across, and we're going to bash under the exit because we only got one basher, you see. And that's the key to this level, realising you only got one basher, so you can only bash underneath the exit for it to work. That lemming's going to go to the exit. Well, he's probably not actually, because the lemming's going to bash under the exit by the time he gets there. Oh, he did go in though. Okay, so the lemmings get bombed out now because it's safe for them now, and just a case of building to the exit. So yeah, not too bad this one wasn't. It had a very lenient save requirement as well, which I ended up saving way over. Probably because of the hazardous drop from the trapdoors. You can lose 10 out of 50. Okay, last level for this video, Watchtower, Spiky 10. I solved this one quite a long time ago. This is probably one of the easier levels in the rank, but only if you spot the some people could struggle with this. I reckon it's probably not just a given. I do like the design of this level though. It's remarkably simple, but it actually turns out to be a very good level. Excuse me. Okay, so the positioning of the blockers are important on this. You need to make sure that this block on the right is on top of the raised section of one of the raised pins, and you've got to make sure that this blocker is right under the trapdoor. That's very important for later. So the lemming just proceeds to platform across as you'd expect, and then he builds up to this pillar here. I think if you platform and build later, it doesn't work, so you have to build here. I think you end up falling short if you build later, for some bizarre reason. So the last lemming out of the trapdoor, I think it was, because it would still be directly inside the blocker, so it can dig to free it, and the blocker just walks free with the rest of the lemmings. So this lemming turns around, which is pretty key as well. It's going to dig down this pillar here, and platform. No, it's not going to platform dig down the pillar. It's going to dig there, but it's going to float to the bottom. And key thing is, it's not a climber either. Climber doesn't come till later. So this guy now platforms to stop himself digging through the floor, and they're both given climbers, so they can climb to the exit. So it's not too bad. The hardest part is figuring out this section here, how to get rid, how to clean up the blockers and make sure they get to the exit. And I negated to say the other blocker was freed with a basher. That was why I had to be on the raised pin. Okay, so that's 5 more levels talked about. So I'm going to call that a video again. So thanks a lot for watching, and I shall see you next time.